the Salah rumours have surely damaged Liverpool on some level. Surely, if your big talisman's being linked, even if look, apparently he's been sort of saying to his agent, "I want to at least talk to Al Ittihad." That would be concerning. Your main man at Liverpool wanting to potentially talk to a non-real football entity.
I think what helps
completely real.
What helps Liverpool is that there's such little time left in the transfer window. So if they just drag their heels,
I don't think so.
They got time.
Not for
they
them.
got time.
They got 3 weeks.
but they ain't going to sell him outside of the Premier League window.
Why?
Because how can they replace him?
If they get 100 mil, FSG will.
No, they won't get 100 mil.
They will. That's the bid.
No,
That's the bid, mate.
They can't
the
pay
Saudis will pay some dough for Salah.
100.
Salah's
That's the link. Yeah,
and if
that's
you
the
look at it as well, they've got the biggest player in Europe in Cristiano Ronaldo. They've got one of the biggest from the Americas in terms of Neymar.
Yeah.
And then you add Mo Salah in there, the biggest player in Africa.
Yeah. It's a bit like when Paris Saint-Germain got Messi and everybody ahead of the World Cup, like make it part of their thing. Yeah, look, Salah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it will happen. I think it would be terrible news, like almost unsalvageable news for Liverpool if he were to leave.
And for the Premier League. Yeah, it's a massive statement on European football. It really is.
But do you not think... I feel like we have this conversation, in Newcastle are an example of it, where we go, they signed this player and that's the moment that we take them seriously or redefine them, or that's the signing. So maybe it was Isak for some, maybe it was Kieran Trippier for others, maybe it was Anthony Gordon or Harvey. Tonali could potentially be the moment as well. To sign a player like him and everyone goes, okay, now. I feel like we've had that with the Saudi League many times now. So you go... They take Neymar there. That's got to be the moment that we take the league seriously. Or they take Benzema, the current Ballon d'Or holder.
But Benzema's last season was
taking
poor.
Ronaldo when they had no other.
But he's the Ballon d'Or holder. No, but that at the time just felt like an anomaly. I didn't think. And I remember Cristiano Ronaldo talking, going best 5 leagues in the world and all that. I was just like, okay, it's not, and it won't be. It's impossible. Suddenly, you go the Ballon d'Or holder is playing there. He's also playing in the same team as N'Golo Kante, which is huge. Both of those players were in playing against one another in a quarter-final of the European Cup last season.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to the club. We are brought to you by the wonderful people at Super 6. If you don't know what Super 6 is, then where the hell have you been? Download the Super 6 app. It's a free-to-play game. You predict 6 scorelines. If you get 6 correct scorelines, you could win £250,000. And we have our own club mini league. The code is Club23. Join that league, get involved, and not only will you have that chance of winning £250,000 every single round, but also if you finish top of our mini league, we'll give you a £100 classic football shirts voucher. Nice and easy. Click the link, download the app, join our league, and we'll see you over there.
Yeah.
So that's
Brozovic was in the Champions League final.
Brozovic has gone. Fulham have lost a player, a Premier League club like Fulham, a London club like Fulham. We always weigh in the London factor. A London club, Premier League club, have lost their main man to the Saudi League. Yeah. At what point do we go, it doesn't matter if they sign another player, they have already made their statement.
They made the statement, but Salah's a whole different...
the Liverpool captain.
I think the statement comes, though, after... So right now, I think a lot of their teams have got, 3 big names or big stars. A few others have got more, whatever. And I think, when the second wave comes next summer, and you start seeing, right, now these teams have got 6 stars each and all that, then you're going to start looking at it like, hold on, possibly it is one of the top 5 leagues in the world, because if all their teams have all these
top
stars
players,
there, but there's a lot of them at the moment that are joining there that are at the back end of their careers.
But I suppose
the game
maybe
has kicked
that's
off, by the way.
Maybe that's the moment. Maybe when they sign... Maybe when Lewis Hall,
seemingly the next wave.
Like
if Salah doesn't go, he's the next.
But
wave.
maybe the statement is when it's not players who have had their best years behind them. Yeah. Maybe the statement is Lewis Hall goes there, James McAtee goes there. But
isn't it a statement that, in the sense that, all right, these players usually would go to Italy? Or, usually would go to Spain, usually would go to America then if they're at the back end of their career. And now they're coming over here to build what they're doing. You look at the television rights that they've been selling as well. That's going to be televised everywhere. I think it's on DAZN at the moment.
It's all very well for us to explore loads of reasons why it could be beneficial in terms of finances, why it could be beneficial in terms of lots of things, maybe to the individual. But ultimately, there is no positive way of saying Mohamed Salah leaves Liverpool. if Mohamed Salah leaves Liverpool, it is only terrible news.
What we forget about this narrative with Salah, with Henderson, I get, but for Fabinho is a bit confusing for me because I still think he had a bit of time to get back to his level. Mate, this is one of the biggest clubs in world football. This is what, top 5, top 3 for some people in the world, top 2 in this country, and they're letting go of so many talents. I mean, even Alisson was linked. You know, the owners of Liverpool, they might look at 100 million quid and think it's great on the balance sheet. But it's so bad for the identity of Liverpool Football Club. It's so bad.
Poor. There is just like I think we're in agreement, Booth. There's just no good way of saying Salah leaves. Like you can maybe try and spin it as being very profitable. You know, signing him, doubling your money, getting the service out of him that you have, and establishing him as a Premier League and Liverpool great. To then sell him and get 100 million. It's obviously great news for the accountants, but it's symbolically losing Salah is appalling.
Also, after having lost Fabinho, Mane, Henderson, Milner, all these different players, and not getting, the Caicedos and all that.
But that's the thing,
that will mentally do you.
They're not reinvesting the money.
The message you send to the fans as well is, I think there'd be riots if they sold Salah. Especially if they didn't replace him.
They brought in Endo, 30-year-old guy. You nearly got relegated in the Bundesliga, and there's a lot of great he's got good vibes, good energy. I'm sure he'd be a decent midfielder, but if it's just Endo and Szoboszlai,
there's something.
And McAllister.
But there's something bad about missing out. To miss out on both.
But Endo's the defensive mid that they want. That's what I'm trying to say.
But
McAllister's slightly more.
But to miss out on both Caicedo and Lavia, and then the hat trick would be lose Salah. I just think that is just unacceptable. It's just so unacceptable to the running of the club.
And if they were to spend, let's say they got 150 million, if they were to go out and spend that, I don't think there's a player on the market that replaces him that even costs 150 million.
Bang on, yeah.
Maybe 3-4 years ago, you could have a sneaky little bet for Mbappe or something. Nowadays, it's going to cost you 250 million.
I don't even
minimum.
think, with the
150, don't replace that.
Say they sign two very good £70 million players. I still don't think that 2 very good £70 million players are scoring the amount of goals that Salah is scoring.
Their whole system is based on Salah cutting in from the right, and they don't really have a natural goal scorer through the middle, do they?
Also, if you talk about world-class players at Liverpool, with the exception of Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, the keeper.
Van Dijk's not world-class for me at the moment. That's just...
No, okay, I think... I don't
think he's at that level.
Okay, I think that's probably fair.
Alisson's world-class.
Yeah, so you've got Alisson. Is there anyone I'm missing?
Robertson is a left-back?
No. Not world-class.
Top 3 in his position?
No, he's not world-class player.
There's just not many left-backs going. That's all I'm saying. There's not many left-backs, are there?
In terms of...
Can't give me one at Chelsea, City, Arsenal. I think he's better than all of them.
So Liverpool have one world-class player? Two including the keeper.
Salah.
One world-class outfield player.
Yeah.
Can't sell one of them, can you? You just even for the statement, even just for who you are, 100%. For your identity, you can't sell one of your only... world-class talent.
It's like when Man United got rid of Ronaldo and what Obertan came in and stuff like that. It isn't good enough for the manager.
And Obertan, Owen, Valencia.
But got better apparently.
No, the OGs, for example, pointed out a big one. Remember when Coutinho left Liverpool? They got a whole lot better.
That is true, but there's been no sign for me that they're going to replace the money they've got in already. They've only signed Endo and McAllister, and they haven't really spent more than the money coming in. So I don't know if they're going to get more money, going out for transfers in the time of the window.
And the market is so messed up at the moment that the 100 million that you get for Salah, realistically, whoever you buy,
that buys you a DM from Brighton who had 40 decent games with 1 goal in the Premier League.
It doesn't even buy you that. It doesn't buy you. It doesn't buy you anything like that. In fact. Like Chelsea's midfield, the two best players in Chelsea's midfield cost 115 each.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Do you know? If I know that Chelsea, I'm not using Chelsea as a benchmark here because our recruitment strategy is totally up the creek and the money that sloshes about is grim. But it's an indicator of what the market is.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. However we want to wrap this up, Salah cannot leave Liverpool. With Salah in the team, I think Liverpool have a very good chance of making top 4. With Salah in Saudi, Liverpool do not make top 4.